When you were developing this, what was the challenge to keep the human side of the show balanced with the superhero side?
You know what? I always try to come from a human side, and that's part of the reason I like Tandy and Tyrone is because in the comics, there's a lot of partnerships, but they're not all equal. There's Batman and Robin. Apparently Robin has some things to say about Batman that aren't that nice. But Tandy and Tyrone are equals, you know what I mean? And they feed off each other, and they're also best friends. And so I felt like it's easy to do a show about a character. I think it's easier to do a show about a relationship because I feel like that's something that lives and evolves and changes.
How was telling us about her research as a detective and how she was looking at race relations, especially with the cops and all that struggle. And I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about your research and what you guys were hoping to bring to light with this show.
Yeah, I mean, listen, my last show was a show called Underground, which was about resisting and
I'm still waiting for it to come back.
I know, patient. We'll figure it out. It'll be longer. It'll be longer than you want, but we're not going to let it go away.
Okay,
good. But I think particularly as I was watching things unfold in St. Louis or in Baton Rouge or in Baltimore, I started getting angry. And Aubrey and I talk about this a lot. We wanted to make sure we represented a world where this is happening, where this is being recorded, where people know it's happening, and people still go unchecked. So when Marvel started talking about who are the villains in this, I'm like, it's America right now, and that's kind of what we're trying to, that's the story we want to tell.
I mean, that's incredibly bold, and I think more shows should definitely follow suit and make a statement with what they're doing. So
no, because then we won't be unique.
There you go.
So going forward, what storytelling challenges or any lessons that you have faced this season that is going to help you approach future seasons?
God, that's a good question. We are trying to avoid hurricane season in New Orleans, which we were not smart enough to do in season 1. So we had a good old-fashioned hurricane. You know what? I think the opportunity here is I know that Olivia Holt can do anything and that Aubrey Joseph can do anything. When you're starting it, you play it a little safe and you kind of keep your guardrails close. Once we got to episode 4 or 5, we're like, oh my god, these guys are amazing. There's not a scene I can't write that they can't make better. So it kind of freed me and the writers office to just write kind of more aggressive stuff. And you'll see it happen. I mean, what they did in episode 8, we literally put them both inside her mother's mind to find out that the dad she held up on a pedestal was abusive, and we kind of used 0 words to do it. And we wouldn't be able to do that if we didn't know these two were so good. And my favorite scene so far is Aubrey with his backpack walking behind Olivia in that last episode. And I wasn't there on set, but she's walking, she turns around and sees him, he stops out of respect, she keeps walking, but he's like, I'm not leaving you. And it's just we're just going to keep throwing bigger challenges. I'm hoping to see them fail at some point, but I don't expect it's going to happen.
How important is it, because obviously everything is based on, what's going on in the Marvel Cinematic Universe as well. How important is it for you guys to make sure that you keep obviously to that story, but also knowing what's to come?
Right.
So for season 2, do you have an idea of
Nobody tells me anything. No, I think Jeff was particularly for the first couple seasons. The first season we wanted completely hermetically sealed, aside from mentioning Misty Knight and Tony Stark later on. We wanted to make sure we understood these people as people like ourselves. As we move forward, I think I like the idea of touching on some other characters. I want to get these guys in trouble and have some lawyer named Matt Murdock come and try to bail them out. I want to, nothing what I say represents the Disney Corporation or the Marvel Corporation. But I think the fun of comic books, particularly Cloak and Dagger, someone once called them the Rosencrantz and Guildenstern of the Marvel Universe, and I hate that I didn't come up with that. But that's what they are. They show up in a Spider-Man book, no big deal. Now they're X-Men, no big deal. And they show up on Runaways, and it's of course you do, because you're Cloak and Dagger. So I'm hoping that they can play with other characters as much as possible.
Were there any arts issues or specific runs of Cloak and Dagger that inspired you to the storytelling of this season?
Yeah, so many of them. It's weird how scattered they were and how like you have to really like bend over backwards to find them. You know, the original Spider-Man appearances, obviously, and that mini-series. There's also this crazy set that we got framed of this big art by I think Bill Hannigan. It's just these beautiful, evocative Gothic images which we keep in our offices, and they just kind of inspire us to like just remember how deep their story can be.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.